Welcome to my silver review of CLG season. It is week 2, game 1 versus 100 Thieves. I'm getting this up on Monday because I couldn't record this weekend. I was at a game jam. So, this is the first I am seeing of the game, as I usually do. And let's kind of see how things go. Hopefully they go better than last week, because last week was just a disaster.
What you're doing works. That always becomes harder when you're on a new patch. It's the hardest at the start of the year, and it's extremely hard when new champions come out. So Set is an example of that. And another thing that's
interesting Senna ban,
would be that Soraka top that we saw,
because last week we had super high priority on it.
Soraka top can also be played as the bottom laner, not the support, so we'll see if it falls into either of those unorthodox roles here today. Senna, Gangplank, Rumble, Tom Kench, all banned away. Kench, one of those champions.
It's a hover. Yeah, I like the Lucian. Good solo lane. Still a fine bot laner. Flexible. Very good.
Yeah, and Lucian was banned the majority of games in week 1.
The Set pick, that's interesting. I haven't seen him in pro play, so I have no idea how good he is. Zaya. So, I mean, I would lock in the Apollonios here if we could.
Yeah, probably going to be paired with a Rakan unless you want to actually waste the pick to take that away to go with Lucian. But the larger question here to me is how quickly
I don't think the Lucian is going bottom. Yeah, the Apollonios. Thought as much. I like that. Got two very powerful picks. I don't really know. Well, it's not going to be too concerning about us having good mixed damage, because they're not going to just have. They're probably not going to have a tank that just builds full armor on the team. It's not really a tank meta. They could just go Ornn. Ornn jungle or Set jungle. I don't know if Set jungle works. I know Ornn jungle is pretty good. But going with the Zaya Rakan. So, do we look to ban out mid lane a little bit? And choke down the champion pool that plays well against Lucian. And then we just grab Ruin whatever he wants top lane. I don't know what really does good in the Set because he's so new, but you guys know that better than I do. The coaching staff does.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves having banned the Tom Kench away.
Yep.
Remember, they had the option to pick the Aphelios as well. They wanted to go with Zaya instead. They were fine giving the Aphelios away to CLG. LeBlanc and Diana banned out by the Thieves. Syndra banned out by CLG. So 3 out of 3.
That's interesting that they're banning out mid laners. They think the Lucian is top, but that Syndra should have told them that it's mid. So we basically get our jungler of choice as well, except the two that we banned.
In week 1, knowing that these are two teams that weren't necessarily the most apt at closing out games quickly.
Okay, they picked the J4.
Before they round out the composition with the mid lane.
Right, pretty much any jungler that's going to make.
There's Olaf, Lee Sin, Rek'Sai. Any one of them is solid. We're grabbing the Soraka top.
Soraka, remember, if this is picked, this could go top lane. Do you want to go with that? Looks
The
like
Rex,
no, at least not right now.
the hover.
There, so
No Warwick cover though.
I wouldn't completely hate it if they actually are considering the Soraka versus just a hover. It would be a pick that Set would have a really hard time punishing. It would mean you can kite and basically force 100 Thieves to completely all in on you while trying to sustain it.
The Kale?
Probably just a hover though.
I don't like the. Yeah, I don't like the Kale. I don't like it at all. We have very little front line.
Just taking a second to process.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with this at all. I realize it gives us, like, that mixed damage, but we already have a ton of sustained damage in the Apollonios and Lucian. We don't have a lot of burst, and we need good burst and good secondary engage to follow up Leona. We don't really have that with the Kale.
We talked about this a lot at Worlds when we were wondering if it was going to be a meta pick there.
So I'm not a big fan of the Kale at all.
First 6 levels are actually not that bad.
Yeah.
So they have until 20 seconds to swap the Lucian and the Kale between mid and top. It's probably better if Lucian's mid, if I'm being completely honest, against the Zoe, because the Kale should be able to at least play defensively early on into the set.
Yeah, play defensively till 6, and like you said, once
Yeah.
you have the ranged auto attack,
Not a fan of that.
should never be in range for set to walk up and face break
We have
into a minion or something.
absolutely no front line.
To close the gap. The champion does
It
not have
just-
the
Ruin could even CS from range with early points E, and if someday ever tries to go on him without flash, he can just
Maybe it's a set counter pick that I don't know about, but I don't like that at all. The rest of the draft is great.
We haven't seen most matchups for
But-
second pro play yet, considering the champion is only just now available
Like-
for pro play. But we're gonna get to see the Kale versus Set. See how
you
the
could've-
scaling works out there.
Maybe a Rise you could have
Load into the
picked.
rift here. Bottom lane, both
Something
teams
like
very
that.
attacking a lot of punch.
I don't really know what the top lane meta is,
That's a lot of pick
but
pick
Kale
working
just
together
seems bad with
with
this
Jarvan
composition.
with Rakan. 100 Thieves
Like,
will have
3
the
ranged
in that set to
carries
make sure
with
they can find picks as the game progresses.
Yeah, and it's gonna be
2
very crucial
pseudo
because
tanks,
ammunition
essentially.
onto Aphelios, that's the champion
Like,
I'm looking at. A lot of times you'll
it
see
just
Aphelios
does
paired
not
with
feel good.
Rom or Tom Kench because it is a champion that needs peel assistance.
And they have a much more balanced comp. 2 real frontliners, a pseudo frontliner, an 80 carry, and a burst damage mage. I feel like we, with the before the Kale pick, we won the draft, but with the Kale pick, we lost the draft. I don't like it at all.
2020, out onto the rift, taking a look here at summoner spells, keystones, all that. You will see
And our,
work on the Kale
like,
on the top
we
side.
have nobody to
That was
tank a
working
Zoe
capability up against the set.
Q if
That
somebody
also
gets
gonna be
caught by a
really hard for
bubble.
this game. You see a few different
Everybody
on
just
his
gets
grab
popped
dive
by
sometimes,
Zoe.
but
Like,
maximum damage
and
Rakan
we don't
is
want to have
final
to
round,
use
but
Kale
while
ult.
waiting for the minions to spawn, Avali is standing by with a sideline report with 100 Thieves coach.
Thanks, guys. I've got Zix with me, and actually, we can take a look at this level 1 that's happening right now. Oh,
And
Zix
that
got
feels
away.
bad.
Okay, so back to the interview. We
Wow.
take those. This is the first time that we are now seeing Set in the pro play for the LCS. So what are your hopes for
Yeah,
someday on this
definitely-
champion and how it's going to fit into
Definitely
the team?
not.
So, I mean, someday he's a big 1v9er.
I can't feel good about this.
Confident in him.
It feels too high execution.
And that's like Set's comfort zone. So I think we're feeling pretty good about this draft.
Now, one thing that I wanted to ask you about was the Kale versus Set
Some-
matchup in the top lane, just because we haven't
Some sort of
seen,
other,
you know,
like,
so much
pseudo
competitive
tank.
play. So how do you think this
Aatrox.
matchup is
I would have
gonna
loved to see an
This seems like a
Aatrox
scaling
here.
matchup. We've never really, like,
That would have been
practiced
great.
versus, so we wouldn't know it,
I don't know the
super well,
matchup,
but
but it fits well into
I
the
guess we'll see.
into the
We'll see.
comp.
Fingers crossed for
Something
Sunday. There's Zix. Thank you and best of luck. Back to you guys.
Something with a little more meat on the bones than a Kale. Can flank, does a fair amount of things that the Kale doesn't. And yeah, no, this is just kind of fucked. Scuffed level 1 right there.
That's a move you're very grateful for as a jungler. See if Meteos can make something
Oh.
happen with this basically free red buff.
Crown,
Hey,
level
good
1
job by Crown
get away there from Meteos.
to recognize that
Jarvan gank isn't gonna
Meteos was on the bot side.
coming now with a level 2 advantage. Knows that
Well aware of the
Nicely played here,
possible
could be trouble. Bubble pass
level
start.
2 cheese
Now dashes forward,
and
finds damage in trade.
Yeah,
played
that
it
might
safe.
be,
He didn't do that last week.
decent trade for Lucian,
He
although
understood the jungle timings and played it much better.
hasn't pushed him yet, and so
That's a significant improvement.
with the Doran's blade,
I mean, bot lane's fucked
heal at a
because
stage
we're down
already,
a summoner spell
fairly low
and a flash at that.
is just so big for Desire
Um,
on top of being able to deny Wiggly red buff, it allows
I
Desire
don't know how
to
this
play
matchup is supposed to
so
go, but I'd imagine the Lucian should have the advantage.
into the Leona Felios lane. Look, still 0 CS on Stixay because they burned his summoners early.
Yeah, no, this is just kind of fucked.
Ruin will just keep farming up
Like, it's already
outside someday. Hanging back, doesn't want to push his luck considering
pretty much
he's
just
also
hoping that
hit
Ruin
hit
can carry our
versus level
sweet,
2
sweet asses.
this Kale. Teleport
but
count on both sides.
that
Both
doesn't
solo
seem
laners on CLG
very
side,
likely without
only one
much of
on
a
the
front
side of
line.
100 Thieves rocking the TP, so that's going to be a global disadvantage that we're going to have to keep track of as this game goes on in regards to how 100 Thieves wants to position around the map.
For sure, and Meteos has complete say over how 100 Thieves positions on the map right now because he did control red buffs, his bottom lane is pushed, and he had first recall as well as a swoop.
But we're not going to generate an advantage anywhere. But we do outscale, but not by too much.
Mid lane, Ryoma's not going to get a trouble bubble onto Crown, but he'll just continue to maintain
So
control over this wave. He's got the shove, he's got the priority. Crown will be left to deal with that while Ryoma does duck into the bottom side brush here. He'll go back, shop up. Doesn't even have to use all the charges of the corrupting potion. Just has a great back timer, so might as well take advantage of that. But now allowing Crown to go back means he's going to shove another wave up. Try to interrupt the back here if he can. Trouble bubble at least forces him to walk, and there you go.
I mean, just look at what Ryoma's doing. It's because the early game was so beneficial to 100 Thieves. I mean, even just looking kind of
This
off
is
the
just
map, like Wiggly hasn't crossed
looking real rough.
into River at all. Meteos is easily going to be able to get both Scuttle Crabs in this match.
And their level 1 was just significantly better.
While his lanes kind of get punished early. If they're not down 1,000 gold by time the first dragon goes down, it's probably an accomplishment based on what happened early.
Yeah, and you can see there Someday managed to get the face breaker onto Ruin. Hit him
This
with
is one of them that you probably just chalk it up to unlucky. They had a good level 1 strategy panned out for them. They read us. It's what Zix does best as a coach. His level 1s have always been really, really good.
It being a composition that wants to dive in, I'm a little conflicted on that comment actually, because all of their damage dealers are rich. The utility, the jungle support role, yes, they are melee, but they can still play to peel if they so choose. So I'm really curious to see how CLG will approach the rest of this game, knowing the early game didn't necessarily allow them to be aggressive. I mean, if Meteos doesn't get a successful gank off...
I mean, at least Crown's a little bit ahead in CS, not as much as you'd like in Lucian matchup. The Kale's winning early, which is nice. Bot lane is still getting pretty boned, but we're managing to stem the bleeding here.
But because your top laner on the Kale isn't going to be one of those huge meatball super tanks, you've got a Leona, but these days Leona's rushing Gargoyle Stoneplate. So if you don't wait for her to hit that active before slamming her into the back line, you're not going to get a lot of damage from that.
Ooh, very nice Crown.
As well, hitting level 6 and getting a lot of culling damage. Things are recovering.
Getting a good amount of pressure. Mid control. If we can get some bot control here, we can probably get this first dragon. It looks like we're actually trying to play around that, which is a big improvement over last week where we didn't realize that dragons were in the game of League of Legends.
But those 5 minutes of flash cooldown are gone, so at this point the map is reset 6.5
Yeah.
as almost as if nothing had happened.
Yeah, 100 Thieves had a few hundred gold in a lead.
Ruin just playing extremely well. I'm dissing on this Kale pick a little less because it seems to do pretty well into the set. I just don't like our composition as it gets to the mid to late game. Yeah, we didn't have vision control because of the level 1. That dragon's pretty natural to lose. It's not a huge deal. Should really try. Like we pretty much neutralized the vision in the river. At this point, we can try and get an advantage. And Crown's really getting an advantage, and so is Ruin. So we're really starting to lane well.
We haven't seen that yet because they haven't tried to do anything together. They're literally just laning, and that's working okay for them. But once the plays start, I want to see where the synergy is.
See if a play gets made here in the bottom side. That rush is currently home to a couple of players, but won't be much longer. Wiggly will make his way back.
But our solo laners are crushing it.
Grab a couple of control wards here on the rec side. considering people are nearing that level 6 point, you can see solo laners
So
already up to
Crown
level
just
7.
missed that CS,
Junglers
so
now starting to hit level 6.
boo.
Medios has the Cataclysm
Boo
available.
Crown.
Will be hitting it soon. I'm looking to see those plays finally start. Both teams have been happy to just say, okay, play the early game very slow. Let's not risk anything. Let's not go for any
So nearly
moves. But
around a 10 CS lead. So they get 200 gold lead in both those lanes.
I mean, it's interesting because if the junglers
And
aren't going for plays,
about 150 gold disadvantage bot.
Ruin is playing that very defensively.
And
The Zyre Rakan matchup
probably
versus
about a
Leona is
200-300
interesting because if the Rakan tries to
gold
go in,
disadvantage in
that's when
jungle,
Smoothie's more likely to be
which
able to turn stuff
that's
in,
not a
and
huge
since
deal.
Smoothie's behind, he hasn't decided to go in either. So it's like
Well,
two of the lanes
Smoothie
that 100
was.
have a
Oh,
bit
he
of
has
difficulty
Mobies. That's why
playing
he was going like
aggressive
Mach
without
20
direct
there.
intervention, and Medios hasn't tried to do anything. So we're at a kind of a standstill.
Yeah.
Because
Well, their jungle transitions better. Like, the Rek'Sai needs to have generated an advantage for himself or herself already to be able to really do much. But I mean, if Kale's generating an advantage for herself this early in the game, Kale outscales pretty much every other solo laner in the game. So that's going in. Oh, I guess it's not. It's just a cutlass. So that's going the gunblade. Not a Bork. I initially thought Bork, which was confusing. But Crown, goddamn, dude. Seems like the jet lag has faded a little bit. Seems to be getting back into the groove of things. I can appreciate it. Okay. What the fuck is up with jungling? Wiggly got level 6 off of that scuttle, and Stunt was level 6 when he walked up to contest. That feels bad. But I guess Wiggly did get kind of screwed off of his first couple of camps. That was a good flash. Yeah, it saved his life.
Yeah, that was a good flash from Stixit. The punish there by 100 Thieves, since Smoothie did disrupt the Rift Herald, was to try that. But just overall, CLG is happy with this holding pattern.
Oh. Okay.
The stopwatch might be able to do it.
Crown, you freak. Holy shit. Also, Medios is a little washed. Mechanically, a little washed.
Stopwatch. Medios just needed the flag. He didn't even need the drag. The flag was enough. But he dragged his way.
But way to respond there, Wiggly. Fuck. Okay.
Basically solo kill, did not. The Rift Herald could have gone over to 100 Thieves if they would have just sent their bottom lane like a lot of teams do when they're trying to
that gives us
but now
a little bit of momentum in our favor. Even though that's it should have just died instantly.
Gets the auto attacks, and there he's just trying to get the baby Sheen proc from his ultimate. Oh, no.
Medias.
So tragic. Oh, you're question mark pinging that one if you're Ryoma.
Oh man, there's a lot of different ways that could have been a kill.
But
we don't need to go over.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. What
Yeah, that was.
Is the fact that it's first blood
It was.
CLG. Wiggly's got that extra money now on his rec side. We'll see what kind of advantages they're able to build with that. CLG.
It was well played by Ryoma. Pretty well played by Crown. Even though he took kind of the risky route. And then absolutely flubbed by Medios.
Being added, which is honestly really nice for Zoe, gives you some extra terrain to fire those bubbles through in the jungle.
Very true.
We at least traded objectives this time, which is nice. We've generated a small advantage. It's not much. I mean, Rek'Sai has a gold advantage Ruin, Ruin is just kicking ass. I love it.
Looks like the dive could be the choice here.
Oh, that was a great ultimate. Except someday, god damn.
You do not respect the haymaker, you get smacked.
What the fuck? Set got 400 health shields there. Within like 6 seconds of them. Wow.
Instead, they are unable to burst before the haymaker comes out. That's exactly Set's wheelhouse, as you mentioned. It's people running into him and trying to dive it. He's not good at creating his own plays. Big turnaround there by 100 Thieves. Not only does Someday get the double.
Yeah, no, that wasn't 100 Thieves turnaround. It was just Someday being the fucking freak at League of Legends that he is. Ooh, Ruin should have tanked one more tower shot there.
As Wiggly is in the air, and then since Ruin had already used his ultimate for the preemptive dive, he goes down as well.
20% cooldown already on Someday because of the Black Cleaver.
My cat is being an asshole for attention, aren't you? Aren't you, Zoe? Well, guess what? You're in this game.
That's the ability that every set outplay revolves around. CLG don't quite time it correctly.
I wish I knew how that worked, but I'm too lazy to learn.
The idea was right. Yeah. They could have executed that dive better and likely gotten a 1-for-0 or a 1-for-1 and then dropped Rift and taken the turret for free, but the execution is wrong, and then Meteos as well. Wyoma made a good play.
Ooh, that's good. Can we... Alright, can we not fuck it up this time? Nope. We fucked it up. Wow.
Behind their opponents because that's the best way to block off their escape route. But with Set, it lets him just grab you and say, all right, we're going this way, buddy.
Yeah, it takes him right back into the turret.
Yeah, it feels like
but they are still getting a large
we're not too terribly familiar with Set.
Will be more of the late game. Turret plates are 5-2. That could have been a lot better with this Rift, but now second charge is going to be the majority of this turret.
But Ruin is generating like some serious gold for himself. So is Crown. Styx is pretty far behind, but the level 1 kind of determined that. So yeah. And of course it's Mountain Dragons. So basically the only reason for our team to get them is to prevent them from getting Dragon Souls.
And I'm really interested to see the team fight that will likely happen in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah. Kind of going through in my head how each team will try and play it. Because on one hand,
I mean, right now we're behind in item spikes a little bit. Well, Ryoma has an extra item spike, but Ruin has one as well. So we're pretty even in terms of item spikes. We just have to have everybody there.
Is a little bit dangerous, but when I try and kind of put everything together, it would be stunted Meteos going.
What do we have 2 stopwatches, they have 1. Their stopwatch is on a more important member.
We'll see how Set ends up playing as we get this Drake now in 45 seconds.
And we're also at the point where there's been a conversation. Me and Kobe had a slide about it on this or that this week.
Just doesn't.
With what's better, going for plates or going for Drakes. And when you're the team that gets the 2 early Drakes, your opponents are now in the spot where you start thinking, okay, we can't just let all these slide anymore. CLG's in that spot. Thieves, if they lose one, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But if you lose this next one as CLG, that means your opponents are on that sole point. And
oh, good job creating a pocket of vision there.
CLG should be okay just poking Meteos or Someday from range without hard engagement. That's kind of the way they try and win. So Crown
and then immediately gave it up. We didn't even like pop Ryoma for jumping into the middle of the team like that.
They want to threaten the turret to make CLG come towards them.
Stixay currently with the Crescendum and the Gravitum means he's got some CC potential. He's got some powerful burst with the turrets as well. We'll see how they're able to play around those guns here in the upcoming fight. Ryoma with a chilling smite locked in. Smoothie able to fight
okay.
onto Ryoma, but now the fight's gonna be breaking out.
Okay. Okay. We got the set. Good engage there.
But the Thieves are on their back foot. A nice bit of burst coming
Okay,
down onto Smoothie.
yeah,
Wiggly is
that was
the
pretty
one who
good.
died on CLG,
But
without
we
their
can't really get the
jungler,
dragon
the
now
objective
that
becomes
our jungler
that
died.
healing.
But that wasn't bad. Crown played it extremely well. Did a ton of damage. What the fuck was that bubble?
This dragon fight isn't necessarily over yet. Suti trying to get the
That
win, but Meteos knows
that
he's
was
not the only jungler
pretty
alive.
long.
Let's make something happen.
Ruin farming up bottom.
Ruin?
Meteos is gonna find him there.
He still has all.
Flag and drag for the knockup. Ruin looking to outplay this one. Not able
Ruin?
to. Does
Wait for it.
not ult himself.
Any second now.
And all right, we'll put that one in the same box as Double Lift Flash.
To be fair, I think he was dead either way since his team wasn't able to.
Yeah, but he probably could have traded a kill into Meteos.
In the 1.5-second cast time
Like,
of the ultimate.
you
So I
probably
may have
should
set the
cast it.
expectations a little early, but that was just a smidgen
That's
off.
feels bad. That's a gives up the
The
Drake.
polite way of putting their season so far, where they had a lot of things going their way when they had Meteos' flash down and they have a Gunblade Kale who can help sustain. They could have gained mid priority while waiting for Wiggly to spawn and then move down to Drake. and
Well,
Meteos but instead they split up.
Our
Ruin
ability
ends up getting
to
killed, and the third Drake is
misplay around the Drakes
3 Drakes means
thus
it's
far
5
this
minutes from
season
now they
is
get that
astounding.
last one.
It's actually
not
kind of
Soul, which is that
impressive.
persistent shield that regenerates out of combat will make their champions that much harder to burst, and it means a solid initiation from Smoothie is not going to mean as much if you can't get through that extra bit of
Crown
health
is
surrounding the 100 Thieves. Remember, CLG is
very
not gonna pay so
girthy
much attention
in
to
the
that.
purse.
As we move forward, stopwatch counts. The front line, the initiators of CLG, the Rek'Sai and the Leona, both have the stopwatch. They can go in, drop the aggro. If you look over at 100 Thieves, it's Cody's son who's got one on this Xayah. Makes him that much harder to dive, makes it that much more difficult for CLG to get rid of one of those super valuable targets that you mentioned in the Zoe and the Xayah together. That's really all the damage here on this team, unless you stand on a haymaker.
Yeah, and CLG will need to continue to try and scale up while defending this land. There's a lot of golden inventory right now, actually, for
Well,
both Crown
yeah,
and
they
Six. So they want to
they
try and
have
get those recalls off.
item advantage right now
Once mid-turret goes down,
because
they're gonna end up losing a lot
their
more,
AD
but
carry just has a
Ruin's
lot
scaling
more,
up and more towards level 16.
with
If
the
that
support
point,
having
CLG
more.
still has
But our top
a good
laner
chance
has a
of
pretty
winning.
big advantage.
Would like to prevent the Dragon Soul from happening before then.
But you know, their
CLG looking for that mid
their top
priority
laner
now,
just
coming
needs to
away
be a
up,
wall of
tier
meat.
one
Ours
still
needs
half
to
HP on the side of 100
be able to do a
Thieves. They'll continue to
ton of
take that one
damage.
pretty easily. It's a 2-to-1 turret lead for the Thieves. That's pretty much where their gold lead is coming from right now. Only 1,000 separates the two squads here 21 minutes into the game.
1,000 gold,
Still have
3
that
dragons.
topside river priority. They'll clear
That's
out
the
supports and their
big
opponent's
difference.
jungle, making it that much scarier for CLG to check into that area of the map. CLG's mid lane turret also still standing, so both sides looking to
Okay,
pull
Crown
this
has a little
down,
more damage
keep the
now.
extra map control that-
Yeah, and it looks like everyone got their recalls in before defending the turret. It's always kind of interesting, but hard to pay attention to, the timing of recalls.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, like, the synchronized recall can be an amazing offensive weapon because everyone resets at the same time and they go and re-attack the map. When you're on the defensive, asynchronous recalls are better because if they would have recalled everyone at once, they would have lost the turret.
Yeah.
But by desyncing them, they've kept the turret at 75% health, and now everyone has their items.
Especially when you've got a champion like Aphelios with the Infernum, it's super easy to just have one guy clear out the whole thing, as long as your opponents don't have Baron. And one interesting point about Baron that I think
Feel like
I
these
saw in
Zoe
discussion
bubbles are just
last week was the removal of the
going
overbound
further
system,
than they
one that
usually
adds
do.
damage to objectives, removed a lot of those 21, 22, 23
Seen
minute
some
Baron
pretty
plays
bullshit
that we saw
ones,
in Season
but
9, because you just don't have the damage to safely do it.
And something that exacerbated that was all the Senna we saw.
Yeah.
And it
But
was
hasn't
very
Ryoma
hard to
played,
do
like,
Baron
either
when you
2 or
got,
3
like, a
Zoe
fourth on the team
games?
as well. It wasn't working, and it's still slow. Even
I mean,
though
they're just
Xayah is a
picking
fairly fast Baron killer, but like
Zoe, Xayah, Rakan pretty much every game.
By no means are you panicking if the other team is in fog for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can
It
Rune not
increases
see
the
that?
importance on getting a Dragon Soul or being able to play the game without Baron and, you know, go side to side for picks. So for now, CLG is just trying to make sure they're not face checking anywhere, because that's the only thing that'll really give over Baron is if they over-engage and lose a team fight.
Someday, wandering through his jungle here, CLG has some vision on him. They got 3 guys nearby, but again, this is not the dude you want to pile in on,
Yeah.
especially with allies nearby. Almost impossible to burst him when he's building health, when he's got the Haymaker shield. It's so much.
Did we announce that it is Saturday? Was that part of the pregame show, or was that
No.
just a I just want to do a set check-in.
He's
Like, it's the first game. I want to give, like, a letter grade
Freak
to the
is
picks
on
so
the
far.
desk.
I mean, I feel like Ruin should almost be at 2 items here,
I accept that
which
so much
should
more
be
willingly.
like
Okay,
his
I think it's been pretty underwhelming in
big
this game.
turning point.
I really do like the pick that Ruin has into it. The laning phase was completely unpunished. The only reason Sunbay's in the game actually is because they tried a two-man dive. They easily could have killed this turret without giving him 2 kills if they played more defensively. And then we'd be talking about how far behind Set is as Kale scales up. So we'll see what happens throughout as they're trying to make the fight happen mid.
Ryoma flashing away. It is his real
Oh,
flash. Smoothie gonna
okay.
catch the
What's
line
going
in the
on?
middle of Kale ultimate. 100 Thieves
Oh,
gonna
well,
turn around.
Stun
Back
just
CLG
fucked us.
there by Stun. CLG
Jesus.
locking up CLG. They're on the retreat now. Culling's gonna take Stun very low.
That
100 Thieves
that fucking
not finding any
ulti
kills here just yet, but a nice drowsy
Crown.
there.
Someone's
On
got
the
blocked.
CLG
You,
lines. Crown
are
getting
you
himself
tired?
out just barely.
Keep trying to take naps here.
Oh man, that was such a well-played fight by 100 Thieves, repelling the initiation from CLG.
What is it? Okay, is it just me? Or was that bubble like really, really fast?
But a nice drowsy there.
Watch this. Watch this next bubble.
Crown getting himself out just barely.
Watch how fast this thing
Oh
is.
man, that was such a well-played fight.
It
by
feels
100
super
Thieves,
fast.
repelling the initiation from
But-
CLG basically effortlessly. Cody's son didn't have to use
Oh
all 4
shit.
cleanse, and now 100's
Ryom.
very easily going to get this Drake, you would think.
Drake's soul at 24 minutes is a huge power spike here. from
Yeah,
him.
that's
It
just
also means Elder's going to be on the table
kind of
very early
a
in the
real
game if
feels
they
bad,
get it.
man.
CLG, they have to realize what's going on, but at the same time, they know that there's nothing they can do to
We
stop
just
it. Wish
don't
not in any shape to do it. Ladies and gentlemen,
Our
Dragon
team
Soul
fighting
for
is
100
just
Thieves.
sloppy.
Well played by them. Week 1, 100 Thieves.
I can't really
100.
identify
Week 2, 4 times as many dragons.
the
It was
exact
an improvement.
issues
That's the
of
up
what's
and to the
going
right
on.
type of improvement you like to
But
see. They had
it
early focus
like
on
like with this,
control
part of it
when
is
Meteos was spending
our
most of
comp
their
is
time.
just
25 minutes
our
in,
team fights are
you
so
see
hard
the
to
payoff. Now
execute
it's so completed.
because we have no one that can really tank damage.
All those shields hanging out on the health bars that'll make the start of these fights that much easier for these guys. Elder Drake spawning 5.5 minutes from now.
Oh, well,
Remember in season
rest
9,
in
Elder
peace
Drake
is
could only
ruined.
spawn as early as 35. This game we're gonna have him spawning before 31. As 100 Thieves now look to make the pick onto Ruin. A lot of damage coming
Of
out
course
from
he
the
uses the
does
ulti
show up.
here.
It's only gonna buy him a moment
And
longer.
Smoothie walked too far
Smoothie,
forward, and
man,
what the
100 Thieves
fuck
now
was
looking
that
to pick
bubble
onto
range?
Ruin. A lot of damage coming out there. The ulti does show up, but it's only
Okay, look at where Ryoma is when he throws this.
a moment longer.
Look at that shit.
Smoothie, man.
Does it travels through the Jarvan wall for extra range. Wow.
Nobody, and that's just 300 gold more for the Thieves.
Yeah, that's just
That looks
game
like
right there.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, Dragon Soul is probably
You see your
game,
top laner's in trouble.
but
He's living
that's
longer
game.
than you expect him to live.
Like,
That's why you poke your head out. You think, oh, maybe.
Could I help? Could I
Yeah,
save
he's,
him?
he's gonna be really mad if I don't help.
Well, unfortunately, one down means your opponent's
well,
up
it's
Baron
not our
control.
laning that's the
Two
issue.
down
Our
means
laning
your
is going
opponent's still
fine.
comfortable starting up the Baron, and CLG
Our
says,
team
"All right,
fighting needs a lot of
we have
work.
to concede."
And
I
I feel
also
like
felt
it's
mistakes
a-
being made early on in the game,
a lot
but
on the
players from
communication
both
end.
sides just being punishes of the other. 100 Thieves are the ones who are going unpunished.
It's a draft that
They're the ones
we
who
can
need
easily
to
win the
know
game
to
with.
find the weaknesses in CLG.
It,
Absolutely.
but
And
this
100
is
Thieves now
pretty much
in
chalked
full
up to a
control of the
loss.
game, should look to set up with cannon minions and just kind of poke down at turrets. Watch this one more time.
But
We're
it doesn't
really trying to
feel
get
like
the
we
game
have.
completely desynced with
It
the
it,
rest of
it
his
doesn't
team.
feel like we're
First
making
ball
like
was
any
on the board
plays.
anyway, but as you walk towards that, kind of
It
allows
feels like
him
all
to
of our
be
games are
range.
us doing our
100 Thieves
best
timed
impression of
flash timing as
surviving.
well. They know Leona has no flash. That's why Meteos was so
I mean,
confident
we
on
tried the
smart
other
build
day with the
cues.
Leona and
Now
Smoothie.
the question is, how
Ruin
much
on
can they
Ornn.
do with it? Baron power
We
play,
tried to make
got
plays,
2
it
minutes
just
left
didn't
on the buff.
work.
They're currently at
It made
10
sense
plus
because
1800 that the buff itself
I mean,
gives.
Crown had gotten there
How
like
many
2 days
turrets
before.
knocked down?
The
All
things were just kind of in
15
shambles
turrets
from a
are still standing. Typically, once you get a Baron buff, those are just free
behind the scenes aspect.
Yeah, and CLG
because
has been trying to
of
do as much flip as
visa
possible. This is
issues.
likely
I imagine some of that is still carrying over, but I think the talent
one or two turrets of their own.
disparity between
Not
our
the
two
worst
teams
play if they're scaling
is
for late game, because it does
so
actually give them gold.
big
Well, 100 Thieves are
that
gonna
it
bottom
shouldn't be this
side
close.
inhibitor turret pretty easily. Inhibitor
His crown is 10 times the player. Ryoma is Smoothie is way better than Stun. Cody and Stixay are pretty even. I would take Wiggly over Meteos. Someday's better than Ruin, but it's someday. No knock on Ruin.
Yeah, it looked like the Mountain Soul absorbed it all. Yeah. So
But
the power of having that at 24
like the mid difference is huge. The support difference is huge.
Sunday's the one who's brought the wave up. The rest of the
But
teams will join.
our communication definitely feels off.
Away at that turret, Abellio's turret's not going to do a whole lot either. And we'll see if they want to go for the last tier 2 in the top side, or if they want to continue pushing for inhib number 2. Looks like it is that second option.
I want to see Someday blocking shots for that cannon as much as possible, but it does look like they're just kind of daring COD to engage, which is the correct play.
Yeah, we're just
Dogpiling in, 100 Thieves, no fear.
fucking up our
Inhibitor number 2.
execution on just finishing.
It is. The
If we
goal doesn't
finished
show it
kills,
because they did trade turrets, but the objectives overall, getting
just
two inhibitors, is a
the
different
little
approach
things when
in
finishing
terms of what
kills.
Baron power
That's
plays
what's
are.
absolutely
And
destroying us right now.
Because 100 Thieves has all these advantages, I think a lot of it is just about kind of walking around, posturing, and pushing CLG off of spots. I still kind of want to see
But this
the fight,
one,
to see if 100 Thieves can engage.
we did a good
CLG
job of
without CLG
recovering from the
running
level
into it,
1.
right? All of these fights have been
When we made the
CLG
play
versus
top lane,
Ivan
we just fucked it
running
up
a kill ultimate
against
through
Set.
the initiation
And
then
I
getting
feel
CLG
like
off
maybe
of it.
where
Because CLG with
we
now a
shouldn't
level
have
2 Kayle,
tried to make the play top lane just because it's someday. But
have a
there was the opportunity. We did. If we didn't fuck it up, it was a really good play.
Just none of
But
those
we
fights
fucked
have
it up.
played out that way. I think the win condition for CLG would be somehow keeping this third inhibitor alive,
And then
hitting 3 items on Lucian
not
and Aphelios,
getting
and just not engaging
priority in the
forcing
river.
100 Thieves to come to them until they're
Just
at,
not
you know,
playing around
triple range
the river
players
well.
that could shred through.
In the mid to late game, not finishing kills well. Those are the things that seem like the worst. That's a good engage. Not into a good. It's fine. But Meteos is just fucking tanky at this point.
Wiggly answering the
But
mid lane push, but that means 100 Thieves do have a 5v4 advantage here at the
these
start.
are
Going in, the damage comes through.
the issues we have. I feel like our coaching staff is very, very good at fixing them. Ruin, you fucking man.
Even with Stixay getting blown up at the start of the fight,
Ruin is an absolute man.
that's how CLG has to fight.
You can't spell
Wow.
CLG is on
And Crown doing a good job of staying alive.
CLG
They went too far, but I mean, it's still not enough. It's surviving. I do want to see the fight a little more.
Stixay and Wiggly weren't there, but Ruin
Wow.
had
Yeah.
his ultimate
Those guys got blown up to start with.
where he keeps Crown alive
Ruin
for a really long time.
just-
Someday and Cody's son both use a bunch of their
What?
spells,
That was
and
a
Ruin is just
weird.
able to free hit down the
Wiggly
stretch.
does not seem to be playing his best. Elder Drake. If we can get this, this is big.
This could be huge. If
They gotta
100
go
Thieves
fast.
gives this one away,
They gotta go fast.
this is tragic. Elder taking
Oh
down.
my gosh.
That is an Elder Drake.
We do stand a chance. Baron's up in 54, so we play around that. We
That's why
get
you check all chat to see if
try and get mid lane priority.
because they were down
I
four
mean they're gonna start it up
5 seconds,
pretty quickly
but
because
they
we have no
actually had a
vision
window
control
to
there.
push out those
But we
waves.
can win a fight around that,
Both
and that's an opportunity to get back in the game. So thank you, Bruin, for putting us on your back, as you've attempted to do so many times in the past. Crown doing work as well. Stixay, if you just have to be a sacrificial lamb, you know what? Whatever gets us the win. Wiggly just seems off in his team fighting. But it's very nice.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, you've really got to respect that 20% execute. It means a lot.
Whoa,
We are gonna see a
that
Drake find his
is
way onto
definitely
Smoothie.
pretty terrifying.
Damage gonna be coming his way just yet.
Just the
Baron
Zoe in
alive.
general.
The term I haven't used much, but front to back is the way the CLG needs to play these fights. Kill the front line first, then kill the back line. Don't go crazy and try to get onto Coach
Yeah.
Cleanse or
We
Ioma.
just,
If someday
I
they
mean,
try to
we
dive you, just kill
they're
them
just
tight
gonna
back as
stall.
much as possible, because over
We
time,
have
the
no
damage will ramp
no
up.
engaged
3.5
besides
on Lumber
Smoothie.
and 3.5 on
They're
Kill.
gonna stall until
CLG looking
those
strong. This is the first
bot
time
lane
this
minions
game we've seen
put us in
them
a bit
really
of a
in control.
bind. So we
Baron
either have to
one,
engage
pushing
now
100
or
feet
get
this
out.
fight,
Yep.
advancing forward. And they go. Smoothie looking to pursue
Okay.
some initiation, but a nice disengage there from Ryoma with the
Force
double
them
bubble.
on top of
And
us.
CLG
That's
says,
very
"Come
smart.
get 50." We're on the
They don't have
The
any
Super Minions can push
teleports
them down
up,
the bottom
but
lane,
we
but I
have.
feel like they have to
They
go.
have fucking.
Super Minion's gonna continue pushing up though. That inhibitor has
Yeah.
been spawned, but how long will
Oh,
it stand?
good engage.
Breaking out,
Get
starting
him.
shot out the quickness
He's
of
dead.
but he is bursted down. Bruin's got the kill, but the inhibitor collapses in the bottom
Yeah,
lane.
that's not a good situation. Bottom. Yeah, send Ruin down there and send 4 to stop the Baron. Because Ruin has like 15 seconds on his teleport. With the Elder Drake, we can win a fight.
Even though it looks like CLG are the winner of the fight, it's a missed inhibitor. It's a downed turret at the nexus for them as the consequence. Oh, this one's on a knife's edge, man. I love this kind of league.
Track
Alright.
this Super Minion as it walks through, because when that hits the Nexus, CLG has to go back. So they have that much
Yeah,
time
we
to
have
do
that,
something
and we have
different.
20 seconds left on our Elder Drake. So either we turn, we don't have Smoothie ult, so we can't really turn. So we're fucked. Okay, good game. We didn't make enough use of it. So they're just gonna take Baron. We can't do anything about it in this game. Ruin tried. There's a good last engage on the stunt.
It's 100 Thieves minion. I had him crisscross there, but either way, it's 100 Thieves going for
But
Baron
that's
number 2 this
just game.
And that means they're going to be wearing purple for yet another big push.
It's going to be a real interesting end, Flowers, no matter what happens, because
Yeah,
CLG has hit some of the
we're putting up a fight. We seem to be figuring out this team fighting thing and communication a little more and more. And it's Monday night, and we play TSM tonight, who I haven't looked at any results from the LCS this weekend, but I'm probably going to guess they're 0-3, because, you know, right now the most talented teams aren't the ones succeeding, and it's weird.
And if CLG doesn't overcommit, then they can power through that Mountain Soul and still get kills. But
Smoothie? You good, man?
I think that'll be a very bad idea.
Well, he just walked into the minions as well, so they saw him there. They know what's up. CLG won't have
Yeah,
a surprise on their
that's
side.
sketchy.
Trouble
And
bubble
he's dead.
finds Smoothie, and Meteos is nearby.
These homing
No,
trouble
no,
bubbles
no, this
feels
is
bad,
not what
man.
you wanna see. Flash already. He's trapped in the cataclysm.
I mean, he's just stalling for as long as possible. Yeah, feeding the kill onto the 80 carry.
Gets himself caught out.
Big mistake by CLG. with
That
30
was
seconds before Elder.
that was a big
Waiting
oof.
until the other team pushes in. They clearly have a
Big
different
oof.
idea of how to play the game. They're still trying to push for
So
these flanks, for
yikers
these
from
strong
me.
initiations.
Ruin's
Rather
strong as
than just
fuck, but
trying
it
to
does
put
not matter.
these back as a united front. They get caught during the
They
fight.
have
Now
Mountain
they're trying to
Soul,
push the win.
Baron.
100 Thieves.
Oh,
Someday
okay.
here on the front
And
side.
by Ruin,
Coming through, but
didn't get a
Ruin
chance to ulti.
There is
Very
no
well played by
ultimate.
Stunned.
There is no salvation, and 100 Thieves will push for the win right now.
Yeah.
One pick in the jungle sets it all up. The fantastic start of the team
Oof.
fight shuts the KO down, and 100 Thieves will take that Nexus.
Mountain
Well,
Soul, 2 and
that's
1
a-
start, 400 Thieves. They
Ruin
get their heads
Ruin tried.
throughout the game.
Crown
Pretty
played
soon,
well.
carrying from the
Stixay
back.
didn't
Now the front
really
team
do
to
much.
win.
There you go.
Smoothie
These
kind of
teams
hinted
will
at the
get to
end,
their first
but played alright.
where they look
We recovered from a really shitty level
100
1.
Thieves looking good
Top
there.
lane dive
They did lose out
kind of
there.
fucked us.
That got scary for a
And
moment.
when
But
we
we're
need,
controlling all four
when we're in
elementals, both
act
there,
now
and
situations,
being the
we
team
just
that played
don't do well.
cohesively
But
better to
you've
stick
heard
it
what
out and make
I think
things
we need to
happen in the
improve
end.
on.
That's a good one.
There were definitely some improvements this week from last week. Definitely looked better already. You can tell Crown is
a very
at least
controlled
90%
side.
there.
Long-term, 100 Thieves would like to find a way to play a little bit
And
more aggressive.
I trust that things will continually get better. It's spring split. It doesn't matter at all.
2-1 is a good start for the year.
And
need to give credit to Wyoming.
so
4-0-7 on the Zoe by the end of the game. 11 out of 14 kill
we
participation.
we'll turn things around.
The poke that
It's
kept
not the
CLG
talent that's
off Baron
holding
when
us
they were trying
back.
to go for that when their base was under
It's
pressure. Him
it's
constantly
other
finding
things.
the ability to get some critical chunks on the CLG members before fights.
So
That's what I think really was the difference
well,
maker.
hopefully tonight goes better,
Yeah, and I
and
think
see
if
you
look
then.
over at the CLG side, it will continue.